on a gradual basis.
Acting Interim Superintendent Robert Millay is pleased with the governor's decision.
Without that 15%, we were looking at approximately 6 pay periods where we wouldn't be able to make or be able to pay out for our payroll operation. So with that release, whether it be gradual or all at once, that will ensure that we are able to make those payroll commitments throughout the rest of the fiscal year.
But the governor is disappointed, saying DOE didn't even attempt to try and cut costs.
Has DOE cut anything?
I don't see it. I don't see it. At least when it comes to the areas of the Evergreen report where there could have been a lot of savings. The only area, of course, that there has been was a closure of a school.
Are you disappointed?
Down in Yamatic. Obviously, I'm disappointed.
I understand where the governor is coming from with that sentiment, with that perception. But in reality, we're doing as much as we are able to do, given the circumstances that we're in.
Education Committee Chair and Speaker Judy Wonpat is grateful for the governor's release of the funds as well, and in sympathy with his desire for deeper cuts. But, she says, DOE has been trying.
They've not given out increments. My understanding is that they're not hiring with local positions at all either, only those where there are federal positions. So they have made, some strides in terms of cutting back.
Wonpat and Millay both acknowledge that meaningful reductions in DOE's budget may mean reducing personnel, and that is a long and delicate process.
These are all classified individuals, and there's a process that must be followed. And if this is going to happen, let's say for the next fiscal year, then the department has to start taking some action if it's going to be in personnel to make those cuts. They got to start the process now. You can't do this once already you've started, the school system. You're going to cause a lot of disruption in the schools.
At the end of the day, whenever we talk about cost cutting, if it's going to impact students, whether it be personnel or operational or supplies or materials, it's probably not a good thing. The students are the priority of all the decisions that we make. And if we can't get supports to the school level to provide services for the students, then we've got to be very cautious on where we're cutting and how we're cutting.
You look at that $250 million in revenues, monies that go in every year, and then you look at some of the conditions of our classrooms and some of what needs to be done by our teachers to give the proper resources to kids. You wonder, where's the money? And that's something that I want to work with, and making sure that both the local taxpayers and the federal taxpayers are getting the most bang for their buck. And it's going to the classrooms, it's going to the teachers, and it's going to the students.
Kevin Kerrigan, PNC News.